Well, howdy friends, Brian Flechsig of Mad River Outfitters and the Midwest Fly Fishing Schools, and welcome back to another one of our Q&A series. You know, I say it every time, but we really appreciate the questions. We've got hundreds and hundreds of them sitting in our email box now, and trust me, we'll get to them as we can. We're going to keep doing this as long as you subscribe and support Mad River Outfitters every once in a while so we can afford to do this. But anyways, we'll keep doing it. We appreciate you tuning in. Be sure to send them to admin@madriveroutfitters.com, and also be sure to include your name and your address so we can send you that free hat and fly box. So let's jump right in. And we have Tyler Frey from Kewanee, Wisconsin. And Tyler forgot to send his address. So Tyler, you can send us your address to the email, or you'll just have to look around Kewanee, Wisconsin for your free hat and fly box, I guess. Anyways, send us your address. We'll get that out to you, Tyler. We appreciate the question. And Tyler says, hello, I want to first say that that really brought fly fishing back to me. I gave up on it, and I thought I would never do it again. I started watching your Getting Started YouTube videos, and I was hooked. Thanks, Tyler. You really showed in a way that is easy to learn and makes sense. Thank you. Keep up the good work, and we will. My buddy got me into fly fishing. Well, I didn't know anything. I soon found out neither did he after seeing your videos. My buddy set me up with a fly rod and we went fishing. It was terrible. I thought never again. I saw your videos and noticed that my buddy put backing on as the leader. He had the fly line backwards attached to backing, and he was using the backing for a leader. And I now know that was not right. Thank you. Well, you know, if that's the only thing that our video series has done, Tyler, and taught you that the backing is backing and not a leader, well, then we've been successful. So Tyler, your question is, I have two fly rods now, a 4-weight and a 6-weight. One for crappie and for bluegill, sounds about right, and one just for bass. I'm assuming that your 4 and then your 6 is going to be for bass. You're right about there. I want one for salmon fishing. Would my 6-weight work, or should I go heavier to go after cohos? Well, you know, Tyler, I'm kind of the guy that's going to never say never. You can certainly chase cohos with a 6-weight. I think you're going to find out real quick why an 8-weight is probably a better choice. So my gut sense is 4-weight for crappie and bluegill, great fun. 6-weight for bass, you're right in there. I typically fish for bass with a 7-weight, but it certainly can be done all day long with a 6-weight. But I got to tell you that I think your better option for cohos for sure is going to be an 8-weight. So let us know if we can help with that. Thanks for the question. We appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully we got your buddy straightened out too, and he's using leaders instead of backing to try to throw flies. So thanks, Tyler, and we look to hear from you. Next question from Tiernan Fackler from Vallejo, California. And Tiernan says, hello, Brian. My name is Tiernan, and I live in the San Francisco Bay Area. I'm just getting in fly fishing and find it a great pastime for my classes at university. The majority of my little fly fishing experience has been in saltwater. I'm wondering, what are some basic saltwater flies that will catch fish in the surf or inside brackish water like the San Francisco Bay? Also, are there any techniques for fishing these waters that do not involve streamers? Your YouTube channel and the content it contains have proven to be a great resource. I've learned great techniques and knowledge from it. Thank you. Keep up the great content. And Tiernan does provide his address there in Vallejo, California. So Tiernan, thanks. We appreciate you watching. Glad to hear you're getting into it, but stick with those studies, man, or you'll wind up like us and work in a fly shop. But anyways, yeah, get yourself, it really couldn't be simpler. Get yourself some Enrico Puglisi bait fish streamers. The peanut butter series, okay, which you'll see here. Get yourself some of the peanut butters. This one I love. It's called the Olive Polar. It's a fantastic general bait fish pattern. You also want to have the finger mullet from Enrico. That's a staple and a standard. And then get yourself a couple of different colors. Of course, chartreuse. Ain't no use if it ain't chartreuse. And then the black and purple is an exceptional color pattern. These are called the peanut butters. They come typically in size 2/0, which will catch just about any saltwater fish out there. If you do find that the fish are eating smaller bait fish than those, Enrico also makes the perfect minnow series. Those are size 2. He comes in the general kind of green, a mullet, a gray, and then of course chartreuse. But get yourself a selection of those, and especially fishing in the surf. I think that it needs to be 90% streamers. You might be able to throw a few poppers occasionally. I'm sure that the fish are eating shrimp and crabs, but not as much there in the surf as they would, say, flats fishing off of New Orleans or the Bahamas or places like that. So another fly worth mentioning is, of course, the Blaine Chocolate's Game Changer. They've done just that to our industry. They've done that to our business. The Game Changers, I think this, I forget what this is called, but Mauricio there is certainly going to put up the name and the link to get you to the Game Changer flies. I would stick with the smaller version for now, unless you find that your fish are eating super big fish. But the Game Changer flies will do just that for you, and I would never go fishing without a Game Changer. Another thing that's really worth mentioning for you, fishing in the surf, is get yourself some sort of intermediate tip fly line. This is really important for fishing in the surf, and a lot of people neglect this. This is the Tropical Titan Clear Tip from Scientific Anglers. It's by far going to be your best choice. And what that does is, fishing in the surf, if you've got a good old floating line and you throw that out there, the waves are going to be causing slack in your floating fly line, okay? And you're not going to be able to strip the streamer as effectively. Now, I'm getting a little nitpicky, yes, but this line or a similar type fly line will benefit you greatly. With an intermediate line, it's going to cut through those waves, giving you a straighter shot to the fly and getting some of these unweighted flies down into the water column where they need to be, without having to use heavy flies or adding split shot or anything like that. So if you can, get yourself some sort of intermediate tip, and there's none better than the Scientific Anglers Titan Tropical Clear Tip. So there you go. Look up some Enrico Puglisi flies or some of the Blaine Chocolate's Game Changers. Of course, there's links either here or down there. There's links probably all over the place. You can find them all at madriveroutfitters.com, of course. So Tiernan, thanks for the question. We appreciate you tuning in. And last but not least, we have Zach John from Greenville, Pennsylvania. And Zach says, I'm new to fly fishing and I was just wondering what to wear under waders. Great question, and it's one we get a lot, and we find that a lot of people get this wrong. He says, I just bought Simms G3 waders, great choice, and want them to last. You know, Zach, I'm not sure that what you wear under the waders is going to have a big influence on how long they last, but what you wear under the waders is going to have a huge influence on how comfortable they are and how well the breathability works. So I tell you what, follow me. Let's go out on the store floor. I want to show you some products out there that we recommend. All right, Zach, so this is a really great question. It's a highly important question and one that many folks get wrong. And here it is basically, is that you must wear under your waders a wicking layer, something that's going to wick moisture away from your skin. You cannot wear cotton under waders. I mean, if you can if you want, but remember, in the outdoor industry, especially the backpacking industry, the saying is that cotton kills. And cotton traps moisture next to your skin. It does not allow that moisture vapor to be wicked away from your skin, turned into vapor, and then allowed to move through that breathable membrane. Literally, if you wear cotton underneath breathable waders, they're essentially not breathable anymore, well, let's just say for dramatic effect. But it's going to greatly reduce the breathability of those waders. So first and foremost, Patagonia's Capilene. It has set the standard for many, many years, ever since I've been in the business, which is 30 years now. Capilene is what we've wanted next to our skin, you know, in almost any industry, backpacking, hiking, camping, you name it. Patagonia's Capilene sets the standard in wicking long underwear. Under your waders, it's most important to have the bottoms. And this is by far the most versatile base layer ever made. I used to say that if I couldn't sell Patagonia's capelline, I'd get out of the business. Probably still true. This stuff is so important to us and to our customers here that that's not that great of an exaggeration. This is the midweight, which does provide some insulation, but it's amazing at wicking and breathing and allowing moisture vapor to move through. Now, Simms also has their wader wick, and the wader wick is quite a bit thinner, and it does not quite provide as much insulation. In fact, it really doesn't provide much insulation at all, but it's very important. Even in the summer months, in the depths of July and August, when it's the hottest around here, I've got this stuff next to my skin because it's gonna keep me cooler. So having like Simms wader wick underneath your waders and nothing else, maybe a pair of shorts, no big deal. But I just wear the wader wick bottoms. In the summer, I go to Patagonia's midweight. And then if you need further information, let's walk over here and we'll take a look. I'll show you some great options there. So then if you're fishing in colder weather and you need more insulation, again, really important that you have basically either fleece or wool over top of that base layer. And of course, you've seen me talk about this before, Simms fleece mid-layer tops. They also have the wader wick fleece. In fact, this coming fall of 2019, they have some unbelievable layering products at very reasonable prices. But this stuff is amazing. It's highly insulative, highly breathable. It's not that expensive. So the Simms fleece mid-layer tops comes in 3 colors, and of course they make the bottoms, which is going to be highly important to you for under your waders. If you need even more insulation than that, Simms makes their cold weather pants. Again, there's no cotton, it's all fleece lined, but a little bit heavier weight, and also that's a pair of pants you can jump out of the river and hop in your car and go out to dinner in. So very, very important question, Zach. We appreciate you asking that, and one that a lot of people get wrong. Don't wear cotton, don't wear sweat pants. Get an insulating base layer for next to your skin, and then you're going to go fleece or wool over top of that, and you're going to get the most out of your breathable waders. They're going to breathe the best. They're going to keep you warmer in the winter and cooler in the summer. All right, friends, there you go. Another Q&A under our belts. Zach and Tiernan, we got a hat and a fly box on the way to you Monday morning. And Tyler and Kawani, we need to hear from you, man. So thanks as always for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe. Stay tuned here at Mad River Outfitters because we got a lot more coming at you. If you like this video, hit subscribe. It helps out a lot. And check out these videos. We think you might like them too.